So we are here pre-AFL Draft. We've got Will Green, long-time friend of mine, Dennis Cricket Club legend, Northcote Football, or Northcote Junior Football Club legend as well. Only will be the second or third player unconfirmed to come out of that club to be drafted to the AFL. He's given us his time here, just a bit of extra media training before he really gets into the thick of the draft. Few clubs sniffing around that sort of pick 15, pick 20 region. So fingers crossed Will tonight going to have a big, nice celebration here. But we've got a little bit of time to just ask him a few questions. So Will, we're going to start nice and easy. Yeah. What 3 words would you use to describe yourself?
Man, this is not the easy one, eh? I'd say calm, adventurous, and analytical.
Calm, adventurous and analytical. I like it. And some good thought put into it as well. And I must say he's very, very calm, considering he's, basically he's almost starting pretty much what we can consider a new life, really, about to be drafted potentially to interstate or wherever. And I think that's a challenge that a lot of players will probably deal with. What would moving interstate be like?
I think it wouldn't be too bad, I think. Obviously parents both moved out like at the same age, coming down to Melbourne. So, and I've been, thinking about it for the last few months. So I've been preparing, and I think, go to uni somewhere else maybe, and see how it works out.
I guess we'll go as well, just your footballing journey. Obviously, I didn't play with you much, but I played cricket and things. But where did footy start for you? It was Auskick at Northcote, I presume?
Yeah. So Auskick at Northcote. Had a few guests come down like Cripper. And then, had Dad coach, Auskick, I don't know if you call it coaching, but yeah. And then, played underage, under 8s or whatever it was. And then, followed with Cougars all the way to 17s maybe. Anyway, and then, got the chance to go to Knights. Got invited to the Matty Cruiser squad before COVID, and then COVID hit. So, missed a few there. And then got to play basically uninterrupted 2 years at Knights, and that was great. Got to captain my last year. So this year just gone, and now we're here.
And so you obviously would have played with a lot of good players, clearly, and been coached by a lot of ex-players and great ex-players, mind you. Was there one bit of advice that any of them, or even just a teammate, or it could be anyone, someone in your family or a friend even, that has given you just in these last couple of years that has kind of stuck with you and you've kind of, you keep coming back to that?
I wouldn't say it's like a specific person, but just sort of the general feedback that you keep hearing is, in the tough times, you're always going to be going back on whatever hard work you've been putting in. So if you don't put it in, you're not going to be able to fall back on much when you're in a tough time.
Very wise words from a wise young man, as per usual. I know, obviously, as we've mentioned, played sport together, mainly cricket. And when it came to, footy, especially the last couple of years, you're probably really quite serious about it, especially once you start playing for Knights and things. But then, you're at school and you're mucking around and all these things. Where do you kind of, do you really even think about that balance, or it just all comes naturally to you?
No, I sort of just, I try not to go too hard at school and get injured or anything. But, I had to make the decision between cricket and footy, and got the chance to train with the Metro last year, and that sort of sealed the deal for me. And I was able to just have fun playing footy, and cricket sort of just slid out the door a little, and so it sort of just came naturally a little bit. Yeah,
I was going to ask you about kind of when you decided, but I remember there was lots of times we'd be probably opening together and in junior cricket, and Will would just, he'd be taking it easy, making it look easy, and then just hit one shot close to a fielder, and I'd say, Will, just put your head down, next ball head straight up, gone. It was a common occurrence, I'd say, but he was certainly a very good cricketer. I remember one game specifically as well. You won a couple of grand finals, and there was one. We played North Alphington, local rival. I'm blabbering on here, but it was. I was at fine leg, and Will was bowling to one of the best bats on the team, and I managed to bowl him. I was only at fine leg. I reckon I was the only person that I could hear personally screaming. I thought I was losing my. I was going nuts, but then I don't know how everyone else felt, but games like that, you know, are there any memories kind of like that you take from junior cricket, junior footy?
Yeah, I think that Northampton one was probably one of the better ones. Remember about under 14s, they hit a purple patch with the bat, so a few 50s in a row, and I was pretty pumped with that. Never got it back, but you know, we moved.
Now, yeah, footy is number one priority. It's obviously going to be, you know, it's going to be your life, really. Is it kind of like I kind of alluded to it before, is it almost starting a new life that you kind of, you know, you've lived your 18 years, of course, but now this is the next step to, this is being an AFL footballer. What is it going to mean to be in an AFL program and on an AFL list?
Yeah, I think, you know, obviously if you move, it's going to be a whole lot different as well. So that will add another component to it. But, you know, just to become the AFL player, you know, you got the whole week. So you got plenty of time to work, you know, get your habits right and stuff. So, yeah, I think just having that time will just add another layer, I reckon, you know, just solidify it.
And how much have the Knights kind of done for you? Like, obviously, I don't know exactly what their program is necessarily like. They obviously do breed a lot of good draftees that have been very successful over the years. But, you know, a lot of it is down to you, I suppose, still as a junior footballer. How much really, like, was it a kind of 50-50 split? You put a lot of work in outside and they kind of just progress it? Or what is the kind of balance between it?
Yeah, so I sort of came in and I was still having an interrupted pre-season, like first year at Knights, and I was pretty lucky because believed in me pretty early, Clarkie, in that. So I was actually on school camp the first time I got selected to play. So we were coming back from the Grampians and got that text, and that was pretty special because I was on the bus with all the boys. But so obviously I had a bit of luck, you know, plenty of people believing in me, and then obviously you got to put in the work yourself. So, no, very grateful to the Knights and all they've done.
If there was one place, obviously you said you're happy to get drafted anywhere, other than the Doggies, if there was one place that you could go to, one club, for any particular reason, who's that club and probably why?
Fremantle, because always been second team, but because of their retro jerseys.
A very valid reason, probably a reason that most 18-year-olds would kind of produce. Nothing about the football program, it's all about how it looks, how you look in the kit. And Freo, they do have some nice retro kits, by the way. I do have one Fremantle mate, and he's always lapping it up, getting them from the op shop. There's not many around, but they certainly are. Well, they're one team that could be on the up, but this man is certainly very much on the up himself. William Green, as I mentioned, long-time friend of mine, going to get drafted tonight. Fingers crossed it's not tomorrow because we don't want to come back. Although the hospitality is great, I will say. But thank you very much. I don't know where this is going to go, but when it goes up, I hope you enjoyed it. This man's going to be very special. Might take a few years, but I'm telling you, he's going to be up the very, very top. So thank you for watching.
Number 15, we've got pick 16 for the Sydney Swans who put the bid in. Let's see what they're doing.
With pick 16, Sydney select Will Green. Yes,